Hey there, it's me, Sacred. It's been like 8 weeks now since I've had an additional child, and boy, it's a lot. Why didn't you guys warn me? Anyways, I have a rare moment where everyone is asleep and nobody is making noise, and I can just talk about some stuff. I have no plan, but as would happen whenever I don't get to play much, I tend to almost fantasize about playing, so I buy, which is not healthy, but, and then whenever I have time to play, I don't buy. It's so weird. Anyways, so let's start, I don't know, talking about some stuff. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Sacred Art of Gaming, and I have a rare moment of freedom. Yeah, I underestimated how hard this is going to be. I don't know how easy or difficult it's going to be to participate in solo super September solo super whatever. The supers in September. I'm very excited to do it, but I just don't know if I'll be able to do as much as I intended. But we'll figure something out. I may not be able to do a solo play. That sucks. I mean, I'll still do one, it just won't be on camera. So I'll probably just be talking about stuff. So, all the things that I got while I've been waiting, whether I was just like buying stuff, or I just put orders in, or Kickstarters, or whatever that just happened to come in. Let's talk about that, and some things I'm excited about. And we can figure out what you are also excited about, and we can meet in the middle. So, first, I kind of just did like a quick little... I just wrote everything down and just put stars next to them like a Christmas list. I'm 10 years old. Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse. This is the new one. It's my first Alex T book. How exciting. This is the new one that is compatible with Morkborg. I've just recently been realizing that I love like a science fiction / science fantasy setting that is kind of like post-apocalyptic, where you're kind of like rebuilding. I love that. I really love that. And this feels similar. Speaking of that, I've only been able to do 2 solo plays since the birth of baby girl, Sacred. And the first one was me finishing Numenera, a little playthrough I had going there. And I am currently playing Colossal, digital. So yeah, Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse. I haven't seen a lot of coverage on this. Technically, I mean, there was his original version that's out. There's a new version. I haven't seen a whole lot of like new coverage on it. If I wasn't so busy, I would have been all over this. I definitely at least want to talk about it. So yeah, there's that. Something I've been very excited about. The Solo Tools Expanded. I know you guys don't typically come to me for Shadow Dark, or at least that's what the metrics say, but this is a pretty sweet book. I love this thing, and I would love to dive into it. There's so many cool things in here, a lot of outside the box thinking that is very similar to the base Shadow Dark book, but just giving you more and some interesting ways of playing the game. I keep thinking I'm gonna randomly fall on the section I'm looking for, but there's like a section for like NPC faces as like a table. I think that's super cool. There's just like a whole section on what happens, something else happens, and because why, and yeah, I love that. I need another. This is super cool. This has me very excited to play Shadow Dark again. The only video that I have made, actually no, I can't say that. I made 2 videos. One of them was for a Kickstarter. My one and only one. That was for, was it Terra Mortis? Terra Mortis. The other one that I made was for Legend of the Mist because the book came in. So yes, Legend of the Mist is back there. I've got a whole video going more into it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much here. But I am really excited about Legend of the Mist. And I'm really excited about narrative games. It's kind of interesting, this path that I've gone on, where you figure I was kind of more into like traditional games, we'll say, and then Savage Worlds is kind of like It's a traditional game for sure, but there are some elements there that I think are a little bit more cinematic that can maybe transition into narrative in some ways. I kind of experimented with some games, and then PBTA kind of going further in that direction in my opinion. And then games like maybe Loner. I didn't tend to pull that one out, but that's another one that I've obtained. But what I was looking for was Fate, as well as Fate Condensed and Fate Accelerated. I've owned these digitally. I now own them physically. This is Lex the Gray's fault. He just spoke too highly of Fate, and I had to dive in. I want to say pull the plunge. That's not right. I can't even talk right anymore. This is what happens. Don't have kids. So there's that. So yeah, super excited about that style of game. Legend of the Mist, Fate. I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting about that is also kind of in that vein. Maybe it'll come to me later. Ooh, and then here is a fun one. Before I go into that too much, this is actually from Free RPG Day. My sister went for me, which you have now met. Thank you guys for being so kind to her participation in that last video that I made, maybe a couple videos ago once you see this. But I had her grab Mouse Ritter from SideQuest. Is it SideQuest? It's a bookstore. I need to look up. I'll put it here, hopefully. But yeah, really cool place. That is the bookstore. That is the gaming bookstore for me. The friendly local gaming store that I dream of. It's not super close to me, but I also live... I live in a place where you expect everything to be close. This is a little further, but realistically for people in like Texas, that's probably like normal for them. So, Free RPG Day. I did get a lot of the things that other people have spoken about that you'd probably expect. It's a Vaesen adventure. There's a Dagger Heart adventure. This is perfect because this is going to follow up with the first Dagger Heart adventure that I did. This I got by accident. I actually wanted her to get the dinosaur. What the hell is it? Raptor Ruckus. There was a Raptor Ruckus one, and I think it had some other stuff as well. But this fossilized violence, I'm gonna play this. And it actually looks pretty neat. I always love these like Disney World style maps. Some pretty neat art. I dig that. This kind of reminds me of like the books I would have as a kid growing up. Yeah, I think you're like cavemen and cavewomen. It's like a Turok kind of. Looks neat. And then Pirate Borg, Terran Tortuga. I also had her buy 11th Beast. I actually have this digitally, and I don't know. I wanted it physically. I don't think I actually have everything though. It looks like there's more here. I don't know how I didn't have everything. All right, so what I wanted to bring up is War Pigs. This is so cool. This is a signed copy from Caroline Sheridan, Lara Hearn, and Morgan Hopeman. Does it say the store in here? That would help me if it did. I don't think so. But I do love what I'm seeing. Check this out. What a fun little like goblin adventure zine. It kind of gives me similar vibes to like J.P. Couvert's games in some way. Starborg for reference. Yeah, it just seems like a super fun game. I'm really excited to dive into this. This was an unexpected gift that my sister got me while she was there. I don't know. They were just signing copies, I guess, and she was like, my brother needs to have this. And she was right. I mentioned Mouse Ritter, which, I did play Mouse Ritter as well. So I guess I played 3 games. I loved Mouse Ritter. I've had Easy D6 for a while, but now I have the other 2 books, and I keep hearing there's a sci-fi book coming out too, which I am super excited about. The horror one, I don't know. I don't know if horror is exactly what I would want out of Easy D6, but the, Wasteland World. Yeah, I think it's perfect for Easy D6. It's post-apocalyptic. Very cool stuff. And I have finally obtained all of the new index card RPG stuff that I've been excited about. The new player book, because why not? The Realm of Graves, and the Game Mastery book. I'll be honest with you, just at a glance, a lot of what I saw here was... There's some overlap, for sure, if you're used to his stuff, but I'm also like... I have a lot of his stuff, so there were things that looked familiar that was maybe just in a different format. A lot of the tables seemed similar, but there is, I say a lot, it's not like it's like more than 50%, not even close. There's a lot of new stuff in here. I guess I was just surprised to see stuff that I recognized. And some of the stuff may have been neatened up too. I didn't necessarily go like line by line or anything, but yes, that is a thing. Haven't gone through it with a fine-tooth comb yet because I'm still trying to wrap my head around Legend in the Mist. Now this is Star Knave. Karsten Rossner, I believe, is solo spelunking. Yes, I do believe that to be true. Now, Knave is a game that I did have a lot of fun with very recently. Did I play that too? Well, I've been... Since Baby's been here? Or maybe it was right before. I don't know. Time is like a blur now. But yeah. Knave. I love Knave. Knave and Shadow Dark is a nice little like 1-2 hit combo for me. And yeah, I'm excited to get that into sci-fi. Because I was starting to realize I kind of love sci-fi. Maybe it's a very specific sci-fi. I don't have a lot of it. And it seems like a lot of people play a lot of the same sci-fi games. I have this little guy, which I have a plan for because nothing goes to waste. I think this is super neat. At a minimum, you now know what it is. Hopefully it's not shining too bright with the light there. This is a Rubik's Cube dungeon. What a cool idea. And this is the Evermorph dungeon by Evermorph Studios. Easy to remember. I like it. I did get, so Colossal I did get through a bundle of Holding as well as Mappamundi. I have not really dove into Mappamundi yet. I do now have Scum and Villainy, I think, some of my sci-fi guilt. It's another game that I've had digitally for a while, but now I have it physically. And I've just really been falling in love with Blades in the Dark a lot lately. That was the other game I was trying to remember. The Forged in the Dark system. Not really a narrative game, but it's also like PBTA adjacent. It's PBTA in a direction that I enjoy, which Wild Sea is also part of, which I'm super pumped for, but you already know that. Alright, so a lot of this other stuff I think is like digital, and I'm just gonna like name it for your awareness, but Sparkbound Narrative, another narrative. Man, I'm getting seduced by the narrative. That's by a friend of the channel, Moses, over at Wallona's Cave. Been a lot of praise for that game, and I'm excited to dive into that. A Single Lantern? That's either Moses or Man Alone. I think that one's Man Alone for Vason. The Solo RPG Guide by Turk from the Grouch Couch, friend of the channel as well. Swords and Stones I've been looking at. I haven't been able to dive into it. Another friend of the channel, Swords and Stones. Looks like some cool stuff. It's just, I have no time. There's just so much. Triple O came out with like meta tables. That's pretty neat. I was sent another PDF that I'm not familiar with, and it's massive. I don't know if it's weird for me to mention it, but it was Acropolis Now OSR. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I am into like Roman, Greek, fantasy, that kind of stuff, like RuneQuest. Alien came out with another adventure, Chrysalis. This is maybe kind of spicy. Grimwild. I was watching Knights of Last Call, which I've been watching a ton of. He has like 4-hour streams that I've just been watching in hindsight where he covers things very in depth. It's taken up a lot of my time while I'm just, feeding the baby or something, and I just throw that on for a while. And good stuff. I've learned a lot of good stuff. But Grimwild. I was familiar with Grimwild, and I was familiar with the situation of Grimwild, and I felt guilty doing it, but I did get the PDF of Grimwild because I see why people were excited and also disappointed why that Kickstarter kind of like shit the bed. But I I think there's enough there that is worth diving into. Kind of like Stone Top. I keep hearing about this stovetop game. This Hamburger Helper. Everybody's excited about it. It's like 1,000 pages. I don't have Stone Top, but I do have Grimwild. Those kind of feel like they're nestled into the same blanket of games in a direction that I've just been interested in lately. Other than that, I did post an image, but I will show you. I got these from Lulu. Have not dove into them yet, of course, don't have enough time. But I just got excited about the idea of a mega dungeon and fully embracing the mega dungeon even further than I did with my little Shadow Dark experiment on that map, which I'll probably do a similar thing with the Evermorph here, another little experiment dungeon crawl situation. But yeah, too many ideas, not enough time. Always my struggle. And not enough skill. Not enough skill to actually follow through in the way that I have envisioned. Other than that, I guess the only other thing that I do want to mention is Solo Super September. That may be the right way. This is just to give you an idea roughly what I have in mind. John is coming out with, from Sharp Mountain Games, another Streamlined Superheroes. This is the first one. Second one looks neat too. So, I don't think I've talked about this yet on the channel. I think I only talked about the sci-fi one. I had this one. It always kills me whenever that happens, where like, and this has happened to me with like Numenera too, where like they're coming out with a new version of Numenera before I felt like I really got enough out of it. Makes me sad and hate myself. So, Masks, of course. This might be lower on the list for me, because it has been covered by plenty of other people in other ways. Masks is cool, but it's not really what I look for in a superhero tabletop game. What I do look for, games like Mutants and Masterminds, and surprisingly, Savage World Supers. As I've been going through this, trying to like be somewhat prepared for September, I realize that I'm actually more familiar with the older version of the superhero companion than the new one. So the Explorer Edition, this is Adventure Edition. It's actually some new stuff in here I'm not super familiar with. And that's been kind of neat. And then there's another edition of Mutants and Masterminds coming out. But 3rd edition is still pretty damn neat, if you ask me. And the reason why those excite me is because the way superpowers are done. I just love it. And I think, although I don't have Vagabond yet, I suspect in a fantasy way, the way powers are done in Vagabond will also excite me. Same with like Ars Magica. Speaking of, the Trevor Duvall TTRPG PDF is dropping soon, so maybe I'll talk about that in the near future as well. Broken Empires. This makes me sad. I have these superhero pawns. Not as good as like the Dragonbane ones, but unused. Completely unused. Maybe I can do something, even if it's just for me. And then we have Sentinel Comics. I got this game for an insane price. I honestly should have bought more. And I'm excited for it. I love like the card game, but this I'm going to have to learn. This is actually new to me. There's some interesting stuff in here that I enjoy, but yeah, diving into that, super cool. And the book is just fantastic. If you're familiar with Sentinels, it's more of that. There's always one more thing. I did finally get Shadow of the Weird Wizard. And at a glance, I feel slightly indifferent about it because, I don't know, in some ways it feels like a step back from Shadow of the Demon Lord. I personally was not bothered by the darkness of Shadow of the Demon Lord. It's not bad. I guess I don't know what I expected. I expected Shadow of the Demon Lord and more, not Shadow of the Demon Lord and less. And in some ways it is, but that's just at a glance. I do need more time with it. Whew, so that is where we're at. I'm sure there are plenty of things I forgot about. There's some little small things I may have picked up here and there, but that's kind of like the gist of where I'm at. Tell me what kind of things excite you. I am curious to know, because I can then focus on those instead of covering something that you don't care about, like, I don't know. I don't even have a good prop joke for that. I wish I did. Like Ginny D's Boons and Banes card deck. Who are we kidding? This is actually kind of neat. You probably care about this too. Someday! That's another thing I don't use as much as I should. So yeah, that is where I'm at. This is where I've been. And it's kind of nice to make a video. It's been a while. I did do like a soft launch on like memberships on YouTube. I haven't had a good opportunity to really dive in and like really figure out special emojis and all that stuff. But I think generally what I'm thinking is keep the cost low. I don't even remember what it's set to. I remember there being something about like you not being able to change it in a certain direction, so that may have changed what it was. I want to say it's like $3. If that's crazy, let me know. I'm curious your thoughts. And probably, maybe release videos early once I can get back to some level of normalcy. And probably release some like behind the scenes videos. I understand there's some stuff that like the diehards really enjoy, but like the general populace on YouTube, where it's kind of like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Going through like my notebook and some of my insanity in there could be fun, I think. And just some of my like wacky out of the box ideas, outside the box. I'm so tired. It's been nice catching up with you. Like, comment, subscribe if somehow, some way this is the first video of mine you've seen. And if it's not the first, like anyways, you know how it goes. I will see you in the next one as we continue to explore the sacred art of gaming together.